Are we recording?
Weekends are not for showers.
Spitting on the ones and twos.
Wait, are we gonna get copyright infringement for that?
Welcome to Hey Sister, Soul Sister.
We're really relying on our editors to do a good job.
What's going on? It's going crazy. It's actually recording. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. It's going. That's what I wanted the original intro to be, but I accidentally didn't hit record, and then I hit it, and then I accidentally turned it off. So I have like a second of audio that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to ignore that one.
Too funny.
Well, happy Sunday, but it's Thursday for you guys, and today's the first day of daylight saving time.
Yes.
So
you feeling this one?
Am I feeling it? No.
I'm still sleepy.
I mean, I felt it this morning when I woke up and saw the time, because I set my alarm. I was like, I went to bed pretty late. And I was like, let me set my alarm, because now that we're doing video recording, I was like, I have to put on makeup. I have to do some things. And I actually wanted to do other stuff, edit, for some clients. I didn't do the edit. I just had enough time to feed my dogs and put makeup on. I was last minute struggling. So I kind of felt it, but I feel fine now. I felt like I got enough sleep, but I'm one of those weirdos that actually loves spring forward. I love this because the sun sets so much later, and my body quickly adjusts to these time changes. And even when it's fall forward, where you get that extra hour, I actually have an opposite feeling because it's so dark. It it makes me feel that I lost an hour in fall forward, but when it's spring forward, even though I technically did lose an hour, I feel like it's extended because the sun sets way fucking later. How about you?
It takes me a minute. Yeah, I was disoriented this morning. Well, I went to bed early. Yeah, let me just start from the beginning of my weekend.
Tell us the story.
Friday, I had agreed to do a sleepover, which I haven't done a sleepover in someone's place that's not Alex's in years, especially since I moved here. So I agreed to go and sleep over, and I was like, look, guys, I'm going to be in bed by 11. 11 at the latest. That's just what I'm going to do. I can barely stay up on a normal day, but I stayed up till 2 a.m.
That's fucking late.
That's late.
I don't sleep. I think 12 is a good cutoff.
Yes.
So you stayed up till 2
a.m. Oh, yeah, 2 a.m. And so I was already tired the next morning. So, and then we're losing an hour of sleep. So I passed out super early. I think we had dinner.
Did you do that Friday night or last night?
That was Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
so
see.
2 a.m. Friday night. And then went to bed super early yesterday. And then when I woke up, all the clocks, the regular clocks, not the smart clocks that are attached to your phone.
Non-internet clocks? Yeah.
Yeah, non-internet clocks. The oven,
Stove,
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the clocks had changed. It was matching my phone. So I was like, oh my God, the time didn't change. Or it's actually 11:30 right now. And I'm an hour, I'm late for, recording. And I woke up Alex, I was like, did you change the clocks? While I was sleeping, he was like, "Oh yeah, I did." And I was like,
"Wow,
okay.
He's on it!" I never changed my car clock from last year, so now it's fine. We don't change our clocks to an hour, days, weeks later until it starts bugging us. Yeah.
Well, I'm super impressed with myself because I changed my car clock this morning when I went in there. So I'm a little bit okay, I love this time of year too. The longer days, the better. I wish it was like this year round, because my body rises and falls with the sun. So if it's lighter later, I love it.
Yeah.
But I like the mornings. I love being like an early riser. It takes me like I don't know, a week to get back into a 5 a.m. slot. So that'll be probably the struggle next week, guys. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to do 5 a.m. all last week, so that was my struggle. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, we'll dive in.
Well, so I dive in. I mean, like, blessings for working from home is that, like, you could literally, like, be inches away from like, getting, you know, like, you could get up, like, last minute and log into work, so.
Yeah,
I love that part of working from home. I don't like not seeing people, and it's I'm getting kind of weird with the seeing people thing. Like, I started talking to my coworker came and picked up her snow boots and snow pants. She had let me borrow it like a year ago, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the mountains this weekend. Do you still have that stuff?" She actually gave it to me, but then she's like, "Do you still have it? I need to borrow it." And I was like, "Well, you can have it back. Like, I used it once. Like, it's yours." And so she came, and I mean, we both had our mask on, but and she's actually fully vaccinated. But I was like talking to her forever, and she's like, "I gotta go. I have a meeting." I was like, "There we go again, annoying people, just talking my ass off." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't talk to people."
My nephew, and like, you know, in the middle of not like several months into the pandemic, they started to feel, you know, like, as long as they wore a mask, they can go, like, run errands or whatever, you know, like, as the pandemic went on. And so my little nephew in LA, like, he was, like, in the car, and he's like, "Look, mommy, people." Because he hadn't seen people in forever. He was like, "Look, mommy.
Look, people. They're walking."
People.
Oh, yeah, and LA was super shut down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He was like, "Whoa,
they do exist.
They do exist.
They're just not on TV or internet on the
God.
phone. They're like real people."
Real people, man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you. Well, for someone who's been back at work, like, it's nice. And I was the one who was like, oh, I need to go recharge. Like, after being around people, like, I just need to go and take a break. Like, but it's been nice to just kind of be with people now. Like,
yeah. Like, I went to San Francisco last weekend, and that was really nice. And I talked about that in our Patreon. But I mean, just to sum up, like, we went to visit. We stayed at Chui's sister's house. Or she has like an extra room because they had a bunch of people move out, and we just did nothing and explored the city, and it was just good to be out there. And like, I remember, like, in the Uber, I was like crying. Like, we were like, we go drive, stay at the house, but we Uber around town so we don't have to drive. And driving in San Francisco can be a pain in the butt.
I hate it.
So yeah, so we were Ubering and we were just like driving, and I was like crying. I was like, "I miss coming to San Francisco," because I hadn't been since like August of 2019, since like,
oh my
the
gosh,
last Outside Lands. Yeah. And I was like, really, I
time.
haven't been to the city in that long, because usually we would go a few times a year. So I just remember like crying. I was like, people, and it was like the weekend that bars started to open up, but it was all outdoor seating, all outdoor stuff. So, but that was good. Yeah, to just be out there. And we went to this restaurant, and the workers there were just, you could tell they were just excited to work, and they were like super nice and like super helpful. And I was like, dude, I really like these guys. Like, they're super cool. But yeah, being out with people. I just, for work, there's just certain people that I don't want to be around. So
I get that.
Let's leave it at that. I would want to go back like a few times a week, but not all the time. Struggles and high.
I was gonna say, you want to get into your struggles?
Yeah. I mean, I could start because I feel like my struggles are slightly more superficial than Leia's struggles.
Oh, mine's superficial.
Oh, yours is? Okay.
Today it is.
I mean, I have a lot, but let me start with one.
Yeah, hit me with it.
I have two. So one is my fucking eye. It's like, it's fine right now, but it was like twitching for 2 weeks straight. like my eyeball,
What?
like, and I was getting enough sleep. I wasn't even stressed. Like, you know, my eye twitching isn't anything new, but usually it's because I'm like not getting enough sleep. I'm stressed out. I know I like clench my jaw and my face a lot, so maybe that was it. Oops, I spit. but but it was really annoying, like right here, like on like the inner part of my right eye, like the bottom and the top would like twitch. It's a little bit better now, but yesterday the bottom part of my left eye, like more towards like my outer cheek, was twitching, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I used because I have those little like rollers. So yesterday, since I didn't have makeup, I was like rolling my eyeball, and I was like, I don't know if this is what the purpose is, but I'm just massaging it so these muscles like relax and don't fucking tense.
Is it from the like caffeine? You know, like just like
I think it might be. I think it might be. So I cut back on my caffeine.
Man, you're crazy twitching out.
Yeah, but it was at one point it would be annoying because it just like every once in a while it's fine, but it kept doing it like every 5 minutes, and I would sit there like this, like in my computer, like, okay, I stopped twitching. I did cut back on my coffee this week because I was actually having like, you know, when you drink too much coffee, you get like anxious. So I was having too much of those anxious moments or like too much energy, and I couldn't focus. And I was like, I need to cut back on that. And sometimes like with my workout, I have a pre-workout that it's light, but sometimes, you know, with the coffee, it's not good. So I need to, I cut back. I probably need to cut back on my I usually do 2 scoops for my pre-workout. So maybe I'm going to cut back to just 1. I don't need 2. I just like the flavor.
Yeah.
I was like double the flavor. So maybe I just need it to 1. I don't need it to 2. Well, then daylight saving time. I don't know. Like I might need 2 this week and then come back.
You might, yeah.
But cutting back on the coffee did help the past 2 days. And then my second, my second rant, and it's like 2 rants within one, is fucking YouTube. Okay, they did an update on their app, and now, you know, when you watch YouTube videos on your phone, you could just flip your phone and it would automatically adjust. You know, so I'm showing my phone. A lot of times, as I'm watching YouTube videos, you know, my phone's dying. I have to have it connected. So when I am like charging my phone, it doesn't always, you know how where you have the charger on one side, so you want to set your phone closer to one side than the other. It only now YouTube, you have to press like this little like square thing, and it only flips to a certain side, and it always seems to be the opposite side that my cord is at, and it's really annoying. And then when the video is done, like I'm so used to just flipping my phone back and it goes back. It doesn't do that. You have to press the thing again to like minimize it. And it's and it's really annoying because sometimes I hit the ad instead because it's really close to an ad. So I hit the ad instead of the and I'm like, no, I'm trying to close it and I can't like exit out of the app. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. I was like every time I watch my YouTube videos, I'm like, let me just go get my laptop and watch on my laptop. Fucking annoying. Oh man. I was like, was this supposed to improve it? Why did you guys take away the flip technology? It was so easy.
Yeah,
so
it was
cool.
Convenient. You just flip
it was so convenient.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed that was happening.
Yeah, well, I watch a lot of videos late at night when I can't sleep. And then my second thing is because we've been now we've been posting things on YouTube with our videos, and I created a TV review series. The first episode's up. It's called Binge Worthy, where I just review the shows that I watched that week, and most likely those shows are very, very new because as soon as they hit the queue, I'm like watching them and done with them in one day. Yeah, I'm ready. She's ready. So I decided to create YouTube channels on new show reviews.
I love it.
Since I watch a lot of TV, might as well try to make a channel money, whatever off of it. Right now, I'm not getting endorsed or anything like that. But anyways, uploading to YouTube takes fucking forever. Literally, it's not like It's stupid. It's stupid how long it takes to upload things. I'm just like 50, like I use this program to edit videos, and you could upload via that program. So the first one was like, it was an hour-long video. It crashed. It like didn't work. So I downloaded the video onto my computer because I was avoiding downloading stuff onto my computer because I have to clean it up and there's a lot of space because I forget and then like don't have room for anything. So I didn't want to download the video onto my computer just for space reasons. So I uploaded directly and it like fucking failed like 5 hours later. So I had to download it, then upload it. But when I upload, it takes like 4 hours, so I just go to sleep. I just leave it running and go to sleep. And then yesterday, though I think this would have been faster if I just downloaded the video and then uploaded to YouTube, but it still would have taken a while. Yesterday, I did like less than a 5-minute video. It's like really close to 5 minutes. And it took all night. Like literally went to bed and it was still uploading. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to sleep. And when I woke up this morning, it was already up. And I was like, I don't know what time it uploaded, but it uploaded while I was sleeping. And I went to bed like around 11-ish. So.
Dang.
But it takes forever.
Patience is a virtue, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just the upload. Like, can it? I mean, I get if it takes like maybe 30 minutes, I'll give it that. But when it's taking hours, and I don't even know if it's my internet. Sometimes my internet's shitty, so then it like I can't do other stuff. So I have to just upload while I sleep, I guess.
Makes sense. I have no idea.
I want that super fast internet from the dorms, the Ethernet, the like.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
The
I bet it's slow speed. Now.
Everything's so slow. Yeah.
Anyhow. I like it. Should I get into my struggle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
There's my struggle. You guys can see it. There it is. No, I didn't get attacked by like a lion or a cat.
Raccoons, whatever's out
there.
A
raccoon by nature. No. Actually, maybe, I did get attacked by nature a little bit. I had a little wart here. That started off as a fucking, like, pimple. It was just a normal pimple. And then, like, things happened to it. Like, it started to mutate or whatever. Because it would, like, the first layer would get, like, dry and flaky and then it would flake off. And then it would continuously do that. Like, it just over. So every time it would get dry, I was like, oh, it's healing. It's almost done. Like, it'll go away. And then it would flake off. And then there would be a brand new, like, skin over it. And I'm like, okay, I thought you were almost done. Okay, fine. And then it would, like, dry out again. And then flake off. And it would do this. And I'm like, okay, what is this thing? Eventually, it flaked off so many times that there was like a crack like in the middle, and then from the crack came like this like skin tack looking thing. It was like kind of pointy, like it was gross, and I was like, "Ew, what is that?"
Did that like thing just come out of nowhere? Like
it like came from within it, like from inside. I was like, "Am I growing like another head? Like what's going on?"
Yeah.
So, I kind of knew, because, like, I had a wart right here, like, 2 years ago, and had to get it removed before my cousin's wedding. So, back, they ran tests, all the things, and it was a wart. So, she came in, and she, like, looked it over. She was like, okay, it looks like a wart. We're going to test it out anyways. So, she was like, we're just going to, cut it off, and call it a day. I was like, awesome. Here's a fascinating thing that I learned about warts, though, is like in order for warts to survive, they need like a blood supply. So they actually reroute your own fucking blood vessels to the wart, like to its area, and so like that, and then they feed off it. That's how they survive. So I was talking to this girl, or to the dermatologist. And she's like, okay, well, that's like, this just won't stop bleeding. Well, because there's so many blood vessels that it had took. So she's working on that. And she was like, do you get any warts on like your hands or your feet or anything? Because she was like, it's just pretty random to get it on your face. I was like, nope, no warts anywhere. And then she was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work with kids. And she was like, oh, that'll do it. So like, she was like, yeah, that'll do it. She was like, it's just kids get into everything.
Yeah.
And you just don't know, and if so, they could touch your face or you could touch their hands or whatever. And then you touch your face. Yeah, it happens. I was like, it makes sense because, I had it again like a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So they cut it out, and I have to wear a Band-Aid with Vaseline on the spot for like 2 weeks. So I'll be in Vegas with this on, with a Band-Aid.
You just look hardcore, and that's all.
I look real crazy right now.
Yeah, all hardcore.
With my hoodie. No.
Are you a boxer? You should wear like some sort of boxing
gloves.
Yeah. Like what the robes that they wear, gloves. That would be perfect.
So gotta rock this thing in Vegas for a while. I don't know. I may get. She said 2 weeks. I may give it like a week and a half. We'll see. Because it can't
2 weeks.
Here's my other struggle though.
Yeah.
Always buy Band-Aid brand. Always. Because I was like, oh, okay. Like Band-Aids are like, I didn't think anything twice. And usually Target brands are good. Like they're not, usually like I don't see or feel any difference from a Target brand, like generic brand. So
yeah,
I bought like these cute little Band-Aids like with patterns on it. And it was like, I think it was a Target brand. It was some sort of generic brand. Because I'm like, if I'm gonna wear a Band-Aid, I'm gonna lean into it, guys, because it's already loud enough that I have a Band-Aid on my face. I don't care what color it is. So I'm just gonna lean into it. So right now, this is Toy Story, and there's dinosaurs on there. But so I bought some really cute patterned ones, thinking, okay, whatever, like they're Band-Aids. Those things did not stick. Like, they fell out while I was sleeping. Like I think in the span of 2 days, I used like 6 of them. When you're only supposed to use like 1 per day because it's supposed to stick on your face or wherever. And so I went back to the store and bought actual Band-Aid brands. Like, and this like survived the night. I think I pretty much wore this all day yesterday.
Oh, that's a Band-Aid brand. Okay.
This is a Band-Aid brand.
Cool.
I showered with this one on. Stayed on. So
yeah.
I'm gonna wear
so
a new
where you
one
think
later.
you're saving money with Band-Aids, you're not, because the other ones are like you have to like, what is it? Replace them. There you go. Like,
yes, all the time,
all day long. Yeah. So you go through them faster. You have to do 3 a day
so
as opposed to 1 every other day or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I have
Band-Aid
Band-Aids in my house. But I think I buy them more because of like the specific like texture they have, or like some are more plasticky, some are more fabricy. So like I noticed which ones like stay on my skin better. So that's why. And then I got blisters when we were in San Francisco, so I had to buy some at Target at the store. It was an emergency buy, but there were like big patch ones. So yeah.
They are good. They're good stuff. So
is it doesn't Band-Aid? No. That's not it. I was thinking there was like a song for Band-Aid, but I don't think it is. But I don't know what the original like product is, because it's like I'm okay. This is what I'm thinking.
On Band-Aid brand,
Band-Aid stuck on me.
Is
it Band-Aid?
Yes,
okay. I was like, is that it? Yeah. Okay, then I was right.
You were right.
I thought it was a different product, and I was like, why is that song really prominent in my head? Because it does exist. There.
I almost fell off my chair there. Did you see me go off camera? I was like, ah!
The Band-Aid song is too much. It's too much.
Oh man. Well,
now that song.
Those are my.
That's my new struggle. I have that song stuck in my head.
Those are my
That's your struggle.
My struggles.
Your
What are your head vibes?
High vibing. I guess I'm doing that in every episode now. It's fun. So good news. My mom is fully vaccinated, and my dad got his first vaccine yesterday. So,
oh my gosh, that's
guys,
so exciting!
I think I've talked about this. My dad is like crazy OCD, and like if anyone needed the vaccine, was him because he is just so paranoid. And it's crazy how paranoid he is, and so. Well, I mean, I don't think it's not crazy. So you know, if you guys are,
he's ultra
he's
careful.
ultra safe, almost like Detective
safe.
Monk.
Detective Monk.
Yeah. So, and I think it's been really getting to him. Like he's like stressed out all the time. Like just little things like trigger him. And so when my sister called me and FaceTimed me, she's like, "Oh, our dad got an appointment." And then she's like, he's smiling. And I was like, thank God. I was like, he needs it. I was like, can you guys go and like go to the zoo or something? Like leave the house and like, you know, actually leave the car. Because they'll leave the house, but they like, my dad will go to the store and my nieces and my mom will stay in the car. So it's a good thing. And I think, I haven't looked fully into it, but my boss sent us an email around the vaccine and where to sign up. So I haven't
so
really
you guys have made it
maybe
Oh, wow.
I have to look at that link. So I think I'm like closer than what I originally thought to get the vaccine. So I'm like, I'm ready for mine. I was like, give it to me, baby. But my mom, my sister, and now my dad are a vaccine, so I don't feel I feel comfortable being around them. Low percentage of a chance the kids will get it, you know, because they have good. Well, I think they've gotten like certain vaccines that kind of help them, but still, like as long as once I get vaccinated, I'll feel more more safe to go around them.
So excited that you've made it up the list some more.
I think. I mean, I could come back here next week and be like, just kidding. I read the email wrong. It's just to put me on a wait list.
No, well, that's progress. You didn't have a wait list before.
Yeah.
Alex has been on, in Maryland, they do this. Like, we have, like, a website, obviously, so you can sign in, and then they tell you, or that you, like, just automatically put yourself on a wait list, and they'll email you when it's your time to like schedule an appointment. So Alex has just been waiting. Just been waiting.
That's what we do.
I would sleep so much better at night if he had been vaccinated. So
for sure.
Yeah.
But
and same with my brother. My brother and my sister-in-law, like, I just need them to get vaccinated. And, of course, Japan is taking its time, apparently.
Why? So, I feel like
they're still, like, on elderly and healthcare workers. So, hopefully
but they don't
they'll pick up the pace.
They don't have as many cases, do they?
I think so. I don't think it's as many, as us, because I think most people, like, do stay home. Like, they do listen.
And, I mean, that's the first place where I saw people wearing masks, you know?
Yeah,
like, they're very super
people just wear masks.
People just wear masks, so...
flu season, cold season, like people... Like, they don't need a mandate. Like, they just I'm not feeling great today. I'm going to wear a mask.
Because, I mean, the first time I went to Japan, like, I would say, like, at least half the people on the train had masks. And I remember I had to ask, like, why are people wearing masks? And then I think you told me that, or somebody else told me that.
They probably had a cold.
They probably had a cold, and, you know, out of respect, people, don't want to spread it. Well, especially in that...
Isn't that crazy?
Especially in the subway or the train, like whatever it's called. You're like you're packed. Sometimes you're like literally packed as sausage. Like this, like
hey.
You have no space, so people are literally breathing in your face and down your back. So it's like,
can you imagine? Jeez, we used to just let that happen. Like even when you came to
people just breathing on you in the back, like.
Yeah, we just let people do that. Like, that's crazy.
I know.
I don't know about you, but I don't think like I'm probably gonna wear a mask for like ever. Especially,
Oh,
I think. I mean, like I don't
no.
know. Like there's certain places where I feel like. See, I'm already grossed out. Like if I'm standing really closely to a bunch of people, probably put a mask on.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No. I
You're not
don't
going
like
to.
wearing it. No. No. I will
Oh,
only wear it if I'm feeling
I
I
don't
feel like I
mind
would
it.
wear it if I'm feeling sick, but if I'm vaccinated, I no.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
just think
like
it's yucky now. I think
I
it's gonna
don't
be like one of those things where, like, I'm probably
well,
gonna
I
just
don't
wash my
actually
hands
yeah, I
all the
actually don't
time.
think
I
other
don't know.
people's like breaths are yucky or spit cuz it's like like I don't know because I see like myself and me like someone think I'm gross because I have spit like people everyone has spit everyone has like spit like it's not for me. I
I'm
mean if
worried about
someone's
the germs in the spit. I don't care about the
yeah
spit.
but
I'm
at the
not
end of
trying
the
to catch a
day
cold
at the end of
or
the
a
day
flu.
you have to have your immune system backed up
Well,
like a lot of
100%. I think
built up so a lot of
I'm
times
pretty sure it is.
if you're not exposed to
Like,
certain things, your body doesn't know how to do them. But it's like, I mean, for me, it's like, nah, I won't wear a mask. Um,
I don't know.
unless I'm sick. Unless I'm sick and I'm
Mhm.
like going to work and have a cold or something like that, then I would wear a
Mhm.
mask so I don't get other people sick.
Yeah. I
That's
think
where I would say
I
that.
would
Yeah.
I would definitely do that, but I think like if I don't know. I
I
kind of
mean,
feel
you
like if
could.
I'm going to be in if I'm going to be in close quarters in a what is it? Or in the metro, for example. Yeah, I think. Well, and
I
I
could
don't want to
see
share my germs. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in close quarters, like and like in like a really packed
you
space,
could wear the
I
mask
would
if you
probably
want.
still wear my mask because I don't think I would want to share my germs. Like it's the same. It's a
Yeah.
two-way street. Would I expect other people to wear their mask? Probably not. That would be their choice. But
Yeah.
I would choose, like for myself, like not to
I think
until
for
I get into
like
like an open space. But see, I think that's just one of the traumas that's for me
yeah,
at least
yeah, yeah,
that would
probably.
come from the pandemic is like being in like tight quarters in a closed space, like feeling
See, yeah,
claustrophobic as fuck. Like I think that would be one of my issues
yeah,
coming out of this.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, I already know what my issue is just like being out in public. Like, but it's not about the germs or like mass thing. Like, I literally
Yeah.
feel like there's gonna be like a civil war. People are gonna come at us. Like, mine's more like not. I think my worry, my stress about it is like just people fighting like how they do on internet like
Mm,
in person and like I'm always like
mm,
near like a fight or a shooting or something
mm-hmm.
which it's really doesn't
Yeah.
it's not necessarily true because I think once people get like interact with each other like people do things shady on the internet because they could hide right but when you're
Yeah,
in
they can
person
hide.
people
Yeah.
don't like actually a lot of
Yeah.
people don't do that so I just kind of taking it to the extreme.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's not even
Yeah.
about the germs. I'm like, yeah, if I get germs, that's fine. Like, bring on the germs. It doesn't mean I'm going to die. But if, there's a fight or there's like gun violence, and that's a different story. So, um, yeah, I think
See
that's where
that.
my concern is more at. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
are people going to keep fighting, attacking? I mean, it's horrible right now. Like, people are attacking the Asian community, elderly Asians right, like all the racial profiles.
I do
and-
have a story
yeah.
about that.
So like I think
my
my anxiety's there. That's where I get scared. Like
I
literally,
see.
I've
Yeah.
sat there and I'm like, I want to go to concerts, but then I'm like, I'm freaking scared at the same time. And how do I balance that? And this was happening before COVID, so it's like, how do I get okay with just being in a
I
room
think
with people?
but see that makes sense because claustrophobia like was part of like one of my fears before the pandemic. I didn't like closed spaces, and now yeah, that totally makes sense because now like the pandemic is being in a closed tight space is
Just
like
amplifying, yeah.
yeah, amplifies it. So I would rather be like in an open space, like with lots of space between me and like the next person. Yeah, it's just one of those things that the pandemic has amplified, and same with like your fears of being out in like public.
It's just,
yeah,
the mask is so like uncomfortable. If it's cold, it's fine, but when you're walking around and it's hot, like when we were in San Francisco walking,
I kind of
I had to take it off, but luckily there was no one around. Like in close, like like when it wasn't hot. It's just for me, it's just I don't like wearing a mask. I'll wear it. I'm a pro masker. I just really don't like wearing masks.
No, I don't think anyone does. Like, I think I did take some time to find some masks that I felt really comfortable in, because like in the work that I do, we're constantly moving. Like, it had to be something that was going to be like breathable.
Oh yeah,
that I could like take off and run in. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. You're chasing after
I'll
the
link
children.
you. Yeah, so it's like, so I can share with you the masks that I recently bought. They are disposable,
cool. Yeah,
though.
Yeah.
But they're so breathable. We'll see what happens when I go to Vegas and test them out a little bit. Because then I bought another brand, the same brand of the mask that I love, but they changed the way they make it, and they're a little thicker, and so it's harder to breathe in those. It's a little bit harder to breathe. So I'll probably wear my disposable ones while I'm traveling.
I love the disposable ones. So to answer your original question, I think at first
question.
At first, I am gonna continue wearing masks. I don't think I emphasized that. Like at first, and then once there's more technology around fighting COVID than not. But I think mine's not like forever. Mine's more like a temporary thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll be forever. But I think it's going to be a significant amount of time for me. Especially in closed spaces. Like, I think I just don't want to be in, like...
Oh, yeah. And, you got to do what makes you feel comfortable and eases your anxiety levels. Because we're going to get, like, all woo-woo right here is when you're stressed, other people feel it, and understand. Like, when you have the anxiety, people could feel that. And it's crazy. And just to share a little bit of a story with you guys. So when Chewy drives, I feel really stressed out when he's driving. And so last week I told him, I was like, I don't want to drive to San Francisco. Can you drive to San Francisco? Now you drive back. And he's like, okay. So as he was driving, like the whole time I was like stressed. And I thought it was like me because I usually always drive and I like being in control of like certain situations. Like I like being in control, And with him driving, I'm not in control. And so I'm like such a backseat driver. That's like the thing. I'm just a backseat driver. And as we were driving there, he was talking. He's like, oh, I like this road because no one's on here and I feel less stressed. And I was like, do you feel stressed when you're driving? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I feel that. So going forward, you're not driving ever. Long trips unless you need to, like if I'm tired or something like that. But for the most part, like let's go back, I'll do all the driving and it will be good, because I felt his anxiety and stress. And so as soon as he said that, I think he felt very relieved and I felt relieved. And on the drive back, I felt great because I drove. And I was like, oh yeah, I like driving. Let's just keep it there. I don't know why I didn't want to drive to San Francisco. I just didn't, and then I was like,
maybe
I should.
Maybe some days like you won't want to drive, and most days you will.
I just said you're just driving in town, or when you feel like driving. When you offer, it's like when you're not there. But anyways, what I was trying to say is that we feel each other's stress, so whatever you do to calm yourself, it just helps everybody else. So as well, unintentionally. It's like a side effect of you feeling good. Transition time. So as you guys know, the month of March we're doing a special segment around new beginnings and mindset and energy. And this week we are talking about growth and expansion. I had to remember what I wrote down. Yeah, we're going to talk about just how to... So last week we talked about getting out of feeling stuck. And I have like a little bit of a rewind for that. But this week we're going to talk about growth and expansion. So you're already out of feeling stuck, so what to do next. But before we go into that, I have to share this reel from our mentor, Marley, and she did this a while ago, and somehow the link did not open. Hold on. So she talks about feeling stuck in your careers and kind of a little bit, we gave you kind of more surface level tips, and so she goes into it a little bit deeper, which I think would be cool to share. So let me just turn up the volume. Okay.
This is for you if you've been feeling stuck in your current situation. Maybe it's a job, a relationship, or even your financial status. There's another level. The only reason that you feel stuck in any situation is because your current identity, your current mind can't see past it. But there are multiple frequencies on every stage of reality. So you can transcend the frequency that you're in by shedding your old way of thinking, being, and your entire identity to create a new reality. This is for you.
So that was pretty deep and intense. And it was we talked about surface level stuff, but I think all of that was to trigger this growth and transcending of your current reality and identity. So yeah, I wanted to share that a little bit.
That's
and I don't know if
awesome.
you have any thoughts, because I don't. I'm ready to rock and roll with ours.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
So growth and expansion. Where did I write this stuff?
We're
Guys, I'm
doing
getting
we're doing
myself-
back to backs today.
Yeah, we're doing back to
'Cause,
backs, and I'm getting freaking confused on my notes. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, we're going to start off by just giving you a safe place and letting you know that I think this was a big trigger for me to know about growth. Or not like it wasn't a big trigger. It was like a key thing that allowed me and made me feel okay about growth and expansion. I think so much in society we are told like just be grateful for what you have and that's it. And that's when you hit a certain age, right? So that is really discouraging when you're a person that's addicted to growth, addicted to expansive, addicted to change. It's really discouraging to hear like, oh, once you hit a certain age, you just that's what it is, and there's nothing else to life after that. And so I was feeling stuck, and I started doing these things. But what really, really was the catalyst to continue my growth journey and my evolution of myself was my mentor told me that like my dreams and desires were meant for me. And she really elaborate that like that because I had all these like dreams, I had all these desires, I had all these like goals that I wanted to accomplish in my life, that those were gifts, those were talents, those were things that like God, angels, universe assigned to me and my mission to fulfill on earth if I chose to do it, because we all have free will. And I think that was really important for me to hear, because for me a lot of times I heard no. Again, I probably really stuck onto that no. I'm pretty sure people told me yes, but I had this like deep rooted belief system that I couldn't do certain things because I was Mexican American. I couldn't do certain things because I hit a certain age, or I didn't do things when I was younger. So I was really letting that like get me stuck. And when someone told me, is like, hey, it's for you. It's meant for you. That allowed me to be okay with growth and go on this journey. So I don't know if you have comments or thoughts with that, Leia, before I proceed.
I would say growth and expansion. I mean, we all kind of get like a level of stuck, right? Like from one time to another. And I think what Eric and I point to all the time is kind of like these items in our toolbox to help us kind of get unstuck. I think it on a bigger like life situation for me, like I had accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in my career, and I didn't want like the promotions after the ones that I already got like just didn't appeal to me. Yeah, I didn't want to be operations. I didn't want to, it just didn't feel like I wanted to do that. So, yeah, and I think for me it was like, okay, like what's like I wanted to make like a bigger impact on the world. I was already making a great impact like with my work, but like I felt like I was like kind of boxed in. I wanted to kind of reach people beyond, the corporate walls too. So I think what growth and expansion means to me is like this level of healing that you're invited to do, that I was invited to do, like to get to the growth, because it's like you have to be like in a place where you believe you're worthy of your next step. You believe you're worthy of, your growth and your expansion, and then so like clearing the way, like getting through the limiting beliefs that tells you, well, no, you're too old, too fat, you're not smart enough, not good enough, like all that, like getting to the core that those really aren't true. Where do those things come from? And creating something new for yourself to stand on really like allows that growth and expansion to occur. It's like such deep healing work,
Yeah.
so deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and the growth and the change part, I think, as we get older, right, we're just told like you're supposed to stay. And if you look at nature, that isn't true, right? Nature's
Nope.
always changing, always evolving.
Yep.
And we are one with nature. but we are. Technically we are. We're human. We're
We
breathing,
totally
living
are.
things.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
we're not meant to be in one place at one time. And so many times I heard like, just be grateful. You have you've accomplished what other people haven't accomplished. You should feel lucky. It was kind of like that stuff. And I want to just really emphasize, I don't know if I said this before, and if I did, I'm sorry, but like, you can be super grateful for what you have right now and still have goals to do something else and reach something else. And one of the things you'll learn as you start growing is that you're always going to have another goal. You're always going to want to go to the next level. So paying gratitude for where you are right now, because with that gratitude, what you're doing is you're being in the moment with what you have right now, and being grateful for that, and understanding that it's about the journey versus the actual goal. And by doing that, you understand like all the stuff that I have right now is getting me to the next level and getting me closer to the goal. And I think when you focus on that, you live more in joy, you live more in the moment, and you grow as a higher person, right? Because you're happier, because you're not looking at like, the term, the grass is always greener on the other side. You're not looking at all the good stuff that's coming in. You're being open to all the, you're being open to all the stuff. Like, yeah, you may not have that specific, like, for example, this podcast, right? Like, we're not making, 6 figures, 3 figures. We're not making 6 figures a year yet, right? But at the same time, you and I are really mindful and being grateful for the current listeners we have, the current like income that's coming in from our Patreon. Like we pay gratitude, and we enjoy it, because that's the feeling that we should be in. Because if we're not grateful now, we're not going to be grateful when we hit the goal. We're going to want more,
Right.
or think it's not enough. And so we are enjoying this journey that we have with this podcast and with our communities and listeners to really grow and nurture that relationship, and being very thankful for them, because we know and we understand that these moments are so important, because it's going to get us to the next level that we want. So.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dropping mics.
That's it. That's all we have about growth. That is all. No, but
Love it.
But I think if when these concepts, like I feel like we talked about like how to get out of feeling stuck, and that may take a while, right? But if you start implementing things of how you want to grow, I think that's a good second tier to add on.
Yeah.
And I do
It's a
Oh, go.
No, go for it.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
I was just ranty. I was like trying to think of things, and I was like, wait, not ranty, but I was like, what should I say next? I practiced, you know what I did? I practiced what we're going to record next and not this one because I wrote stuff down but I didn't practice it. That's why I'm kind of stuttering. I was like, what did I want to say? Continue,
That's okay.
continue.
You're just ahead. You're just ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I think that's the key thing. It's practice. Like, it's like, I think when we think of the journey, you know, that there's like an end game to like growth and expansion. I'm like, yeah, it's death. Like, when you're done growing and done expanding, you are done. And so the thing is, it really is the journey. You know, growth and expansion. Like, we're always learning. We're always growing right now. And I think it really is. It's excuse me, it's the willingness to take yourself on a daily basis and like clear your path, you know, because we're going to uncover, you know, different things we like about ourselves and don't like about ourselves, like as we peel the layers of the onion off. And then, you know, again, we'll be called and invited to heal on a whole new level. And it keeps happening and it just keeps moving you forward to more growth and more expansion. And it really is a practice. And it's a practice of a lot of love for yourself, a lot of love for taking care of you and honoring your feelings and allowing them to process and allowing them to be let go. Yeah. So it really is. Give yourself lots of love and grace for
yeah, totally
doing the damn thing.
Yeah, this is why I let you go. I can't talk. That's all I was trying to say. I totally butch that. But this is why I had a feeling that you should have spoken next, because I was like, I think you're gonna wrap this up for me because my mind's like everywhere. I was like, my mind's like, where am I going? Where am I going?
It's going to the next episode.
It's going to the next episode. And first the restroom because I gotta pee really bad.
Yes.
But so the last thing I want to talk about is like how to get into the vibe, I guess is a good way to put it, of expansion. And this is kind of the challenge that we give you guys this week. So we've been doing little mini challenges. So really, you know, my suggestion, my challenge for you is to, you know, make a list of things that, you know, your higher self or like that specific goal that you want, like whatever that is, like what is that person, what are the things that this person does or has embodied, right? Make a list of that and pick one of those things on that list and fully embody it. And by embodying it, it's just like get into the feelings of it and how it feels to be that way or act that way and embody it for a week and see what happens. Leah, do you want to add to that challenge?
Love it. No, I think that's great. I think anything that because a vibration is just a feeling, right? That's what you put out in the world. So feel into it. So like having that, like who you're the highest version of self, how does he or she feel? And then create those feelings now. How would it feel right now to be, I don't know, to have like achieved, all your dreams, all your goals, even if it's like little small baby steps towards it. Feel those feelings of like pride and gratitude and excitement right now. And that just automatically elevates you into that frequency.
Yeah. Totes.
And then do it. Do that. Do the actions that feel good, that feel aligned with that.
Do it. All right, guys.
Ma'am.
That is it for today.
That's it for today.
We'll catch you next week.